All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. One of my biggest downfalls is I don't like putting myself out there. The key to good therapy is learning what problems you have and how to circumvent them, which is actually also how you do really good jiu-jitsu. Everything's connected, because that's just my life. I'm constantly working on myself. Cheers. Happy Disney Sunday. We need to get that going. That's Boogie. He goes to Disneyland like every Sunday. Of course he's the happiest dude in the fucking world. He's in the happiest place ever. All the time. Oh, he's a beautiful, beautiful human. So, the rumors are true. I have been given free reign to run my own program. I am terrified. Batshit terrified right now. And all of you were too. All of you. And if you weren't, you're liars. Oh man, this is scary. Whew. I'm all like, yo, let me just go fight people. That's way easier. Oh man, running a program. Ugh. I was at a coaches meeting today. Because the thing with that, like, yes, so I'll be at next level starting tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Be there. This is meet the coach. Who am I as a coach? I'm a fun fucking dude. That's who I am. Because that's my happy place. If you're not coming there to be happy, get the fuck out. That's how this shit works. Next level has been very welcoming and awesome and supportive in what my plans are. So with that and having a little bit more room to work on my own, because the truth of Complete and my time at Complete is I'm a student there. That is not my place. I've just been running classes because we coach by committee. So there's days where I'm in there, I'm like, work was done tonight. It's because like Wazzy was running some stupid fucking wrestling program and killing all of us. And Daniel's got his super advanced warm-ups that exhaust everyone in 7.5 minutes. And it's a really cool group to work with there, and that's why so many of us just like to stay there. And kind of the sneak tip fun joke is like everyone likes it being quiet there. And so if I'm making noise, it's just to keep everyone out. Or like if anyone that knows Guy loves his people. And Guy loves quiet. And what am I? I'm his people, but I am not quiet. And so it's like there's a real tightrope to walk in the way of 9-9 has been the host affiliation for me here, and they've been wonderful, and I've learned so much fun stuff from that lineage and program, and I love working with them and hope to continue working with them because Boogie and Tellus hang out. Look at Big Dan. Big Dan does it. Why can't I? Huh? It's a family thing. Like, you get to points in this game where you have connections that are just like, no, they're good. We're good. It's cool. And so many people from the business side are like, but how does this work? And it's like, I'm a student there. That's not my job. It's me going there to hang out with family and friends, and I'm a student. And what Thursdays have been is me hijacking a class. I heisted that shit. Because basically Thursdays were this dead day, and I was like, I'm just doing open mat Thursdays, and he was like, alright, cool. And then people started asking me questions, and it turned into this lab session, which has now developed into like this class. And that's been the birthplace of everything that I've been as a coach. Where last year I was getting really overwhelmed with everything, and then some behind the scenes family stuff happened that just led to me melting down completely. And from there, it was a matter of, okay, what can you do without being overwhelmed? And that gets to the point of, once you're at the top of a room, and I believe myself to be of the top of the room, not the top of the room, but of the top of the room, you end up playing chess with each other at a coaching level. And you get so lost in that game where it becomes so much fun. And you're just like learning and learning and learning, and then you're like, oh shit, I got there. And what is going on? My phone's acting weird. There's a brightness adjuster. Cool. That's the components of learning how to end up running your own program. Like, there's this false positive that exists in combat sports where you can just buy a franchise. Like, you can buy a UFC gym and just be like, we're running martial arts out of here. And if the people there can't do them efficiently or teach them efficiently, the business falls apart. And that's why you see so many of these gyms last like 3 years and then just dump out, because you can't get a long-term retention rate. You can keep getting new students, but it's a puppy mill. And that's just the truth of it when you're working at volume. And I think the goal is to find whatever the happy medium is of volume and quality, because you can have a lot of quality in a room with no volume. And you can have a lot of volume with no quality. And the goal of everyone is, how do you find the happy middle? And when you do it from a small quantity, it takes longer. But as I've always said, I want the 3-star Michelin restaurant, and that comes with running your own kitchen. Chef's cooking! What's good? Steph Curry. I love it. I'm so excited. Me on a competition floor, and what competitors know, is you don't walk into a combat sport match, be it boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu Jitsu, wrestling, I don't give a shit the fuck what, judo, pick them all. When the sport is you have to injure another human being, because that is what we're doing, it becomes a question of how far am I willing to go for this shit. And that's what separates levels of greatness, where you do just sacrifice your body, and the mentors we have sacrifice their bodies. And that's where Matt Enforcer ideas come from, where it's like, no, we're here to protect them. We're like, when AJ was out front of O-Side, I was like, yo, if we're flying down for this shit, yes. If we're getting to this point of you're just going to stunt in front of schools and shit, then what are we talking about? Is this just street fighting now? Are we going back to the smokers in the back room where no one's watching? And it's just going to be stories? Because that's where this shit started, and everyone forgets that. Like, competition started at like street fights. And I have an extensive bouncing background where everything I've come to in this game has been like what works and what works efficiently. Because the key to surviving a fight, and I've been in a number of large person brawls in my life, is how do you efficiently problem solve for all of this chaos? And if there's a key to excellent security work, or excellent bouncing, or excellent mat enforcing, or excellent coaching, it is efficient problem solving. That's the game. Danaher always said early, he was like, I want problem solvers. And Eddie's lineage, like, there's this Danaher 10P rivalry thing happening where it's like, there's a game East Coast, West Coast that is just always going to be clashing. And you see it in the styles that come out of there. And it's so sweet, and I'm so West Coast. Like, you got to learn everything, and I'm kind of down under even now. I'm learning the Australian shit. But the lineages end up having philosophies that can cross over, and you start taking these things of, like, Eddie's shit is just like, what works? Because he was a small guy coming up. He's not big. And the key to small people coming up is like, they'll have one thing that works on everybody. And that's what they got to play. Against big people, like little people and same size people, that's why there's weight classes. And I've always been touted as someone that moves like a little person. That doesn't come from athletic ability, that comes from IQ. I want to beat the people where they're best. That's the game. I don't want to just outpoint you. I don't want to get another 2 points on top of an advantage because, oh, I won by 2 points in an advantage. I could give a shit, genuinely. I understand those games, and I'm happy to throw on a uniform and play them. But we're going to have fun, the fastest, most efficient problem solving, and that is always going to be in like a combat lineage. And 10th Planet has been that, and Danaher has been that, and the absolute Lachlan lineage that has just started exploding is absolutely that. And I'm starting to find the connectivity between this all, and it's like, oh, what do you rep? And I'm like, I'm a 10th Planet. Like, I've taken a blood oath there. Like, I married the game last year. I kept making the joke last year when I was single. I'm like, I married the game. I just need a side chick. Because I love Jiu Jitsu. All I do is talk about Jiu Jitsu. It drives my fucking family crazy. And so, taking on my own program is this thing of like, I have so many people to thank. And I can't do that person to person. Like, it is just a genuine, widespread thank you. Because I realized tomorrow, I'm like, nah, I'm just hitting this shit running. I'm coming to work out tomorrow. So who wants to come for a workout? That's Monday. It's like, meet the coach. We're going to do a fun workout. And then you guys can either roll or not, or just watch jiu-jitsu. And I'm hoping some fun people come by. That's really what I want out of it. And with that, it comes like, oh, people look into like your social media now. I'm like, who is this person? And I'm just throwing up Eminem quotes all the time. And just this pissed off looking dude. And I think the satire behind my social media accounts for so long has been, if you don't know me and you just see me, I'm a very different human being. And the people close to me don't realize that until they see it in certain spaces. Things like when I was losing my mind, my aunt and my sister take me into the hospital for the psych ward, and they take me in the back to get like assessed by the nursing staff and the doctor staff back there in the ER. And the doctor takes my sister and aunt out into the hallway and is like, do we need security or do we need to tie him down or some shit? Just in case he like really snaps off. And my aunt and sister are like, what are you talking about? And they don't realize there's this presence that someone my size and strength has in a room, and look, just for visible minority shit, all of that stuff, where it's like, people are genuinely afraid of me just by how I look. When we talk about like subtle racisms. And I am one of the kindest, sweetest, softest human beings you will ever meet. If I let you see it. But because of my life and my traumas, I've gotten to this point of, there's only certain people that can get in, because I don't have the time to like lose that. I don't have that left in me. So when people are close and I call them family, it's true. Like, if I've invited you to my aunt and uncle's house, that's family to me, because that's home and that is my safest. Like, that's, no one knows where that is. Find a picture of my uncle, my hero, anywhere in my social media. I dare you. Why? Because that man lives off the fucking grid and he is so damn happy. I got to have the coolest talk with my uncle last week, because we like don't talk for months. Or it's just like casual, hey, what did you learn about space, or what's going on in cars, or but like it's just this quick check-in. And then we'll kind of have this whatever event happen, and we have these real heart-to-hearts, and they're always awesome. One was when we went to the Jack White concert. It was so fucking cool. I got to take my uncle to Jack White. Ah! So, like, my rage and anger has always been cornered, or has been presented on my competitions. And everyone knows it, where it's like, no, I'm different when I compete, and some people like seeing it, and some people don't in my family. Like, my aunt hates what I do. In every way. And she's hated it since high school. Like, she'd come and watch, she's like, why are you so mad? And I'm like, because this is where I get it out. Because there's nowhere else to do it. Yeah, I'll play football, and I'll just run into human beings. And then it's basketball, but it's athletic. And like, basketball's rough, and it's so psychological. Like, that's the thing where I like talking cash shit, because it's a basketball thing. Like, all you do on the court is just talk shit, because it's all communication. When you start playing high-level basketball, you have to call screens and plays and organize. Like, there's a real strategy component to setting up a basketball game that people that don't know the game don't know. And I've brought that into my jiu-jitsu, which is where me and Guy got along so well, because he played ball. And so we've all, like, he's the point guard, I'm his power forward. And it's been a pleasure to find that. Oh my God, it's so fun. It's so fun. And that's the thing where I'm like, unless it's better than this, I'm not going. That's been my point. And I'm like, until I'm as good as the people at the top of the rooms I'm working in currently, I'm not ready for shit. And this year has been a real who's who list of me getting to check my work, and I think my work is good. I think it's very good. given what I was observing, what I was trying, what I was attempting, and then what I've problem solved for since my basically summer prep for Fight to Win. I think my work is as good as the top of the room. Genuinely, I do. With full-time training and like proper workout regimen again, I can't see it being a discussion. I really don't. That I'm at least that good. Whether I win or not is competition, and who the fuck knows. But I'm as good as the top of the room. I believe myself to be a top 25 10th planet player. Period. End of story. I really fucking do. And if not, I am in Canada. So, if there's a Canadian 10th planet list, I better be on that motherfucker. Or else I'm just going to keep talking cash shit. Because Chael Peak, Sonnen, you absolutely suck. How am I not on your fucking show, dude? I am the Jiu Jitsu you. Give me a fucking microphone. In a cage. Somebody. It's all I goddamn want. Ah! What's cool is it's not far off. That's the other thing, is I'm like, even if my work isn't that good, and Kyle and Gio and Boogie and both Kyles and Guy and Curtis and everybody that fucking makes me that good isn't seeing what I'm seeing, then I am fucking crazy. And put me back in the hospital. Because that's what I've been doing all year, and that's why I'm taking this jump, because it's like, no, I am of the level, and now I want to like make a army of it. Money be damned. I could give a fuck. Hopefully money comes, yeah. That's not why I'm doing this. That's never why I've done this. Because that's not how you make greatness. Greatness is helped by resources, but that's not how you create it. Create it comes from being able to effectively share your knowledge. And I've had to learn how to do that. I didn't want to just teach what was taught to me. I want to teach what I know. And so I had to learn what I know best. And I figured it out. And that's what Fridays are. Friday night is me teaching you my best shit. That is the pure Bolivian night. It's party time. Mondays are going to be fundamentals and movements. Tuesday is a flow class. We're doing flow drills, either infinity flows or movement flows, or it's a learning to move class. It's a movement class. Saturday is live. Saturday is a holy shit day. Come get fucked up on Saturdays. I'm rolling fun on Saturdays. Because apparently it's the busy day and I want jiu-jitsu to shine. Because I believe in jiu-jitsu to that. Like, I love it. I really do. And that's what's cool about that coaching staff, is everyone in there loves what they do. That's what I realized today sitting with everybody. I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to get along here. This is all good. So, the fun little joke of Thursday's classes at Complete, like I said, were me heisting it. Which is where it's like, it's always just open mat. Come hang out. It's open mat. That's the point. And I'm like, I just started teaching shit. Because why not? Like, we've had nights where I'm teaching stuff and then like 3 guys in gis are rolling around on the side. Or Weeb comes in and or Robin comes in and he's like, I need to roll today. And I'm like, all right, go roll. I don't give a shit. There's space over there. We'll do a class over here. Like, it is just a hangout lab session. And there's nights I come in and I just sit and I'm just watching and coaching and I'm in sweats. That's been the thing that's kept me in love with this stuff. Like, Wu-Tang Fridays are the best class at San Diego. Oh man, is it fun. Because the whole thing with the Wu-Tang was like, Boogie was just like, we're playing Wu-Tang all night. And all of a sudden the vibe in the room just changed. And that's where I was like, RTJ. I'm an RTJ guy. I'm here for art. I'm here for Run the Jewels so bad. Like, I love everything that Mike and EL are and do. And lyrically, it's amazing. The music's like, when is 4 coming out? I want RTJ 4. Make it my Christmas present. That's what I want. Oh, I've been waiting all fucking year for this damn album. But their whole thing is like, it's bigger than what the lyrics are. And when you start hearing Mike and you start watching him in EL, like, go watch Trigger Warning on Netflix. It's some of the funniest content. Because they're the same dudes, and the race discrepancy between them allows you to see different aspects, but because of the existence they've had, they get along. Like, it is the truest kind of form of what hip-hop should be. And my thing with Eminem was I was always the angsty kid. Like, I was so angsty, and Eminem came along at a time where, like, that voice wasn't in music. It was like Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Everyone was like, yeah, this is fun. And I'm like, yeah, it's great fun. And my sister's listening to it, and that's good. I'm going to be over here on this Eminem because that's the only voice that makes sense to me right now. Where I was so mad. And so when I'm in challenging times and I have to overcome the stressors of life and whatever just keeps you up at night, that's my voice that I go to, because I'm like, at least someone else fucking gets it. And it's not that no one else got it, it's that he was the one saying it. And that means so much. So there's a cool thing that goes on at next level, and I'm very excited to unveil this because it's all like Meet the Coach. We put up our flag, apparently, where we're from, and I've been trying to decide what to do. Off the top, I was like, ooh, pride flag. I want to throw up one of those motherfuckers and just piss rainbow all over Edmonton. Okay, here's the thing with this whole election shit right now. There is one area in Alberta and Saskatchewan combined that is run by the NDP. Everything else is conservative right now. And it's Strathcona, my home neighborhood. If you want to know, like, where I grew up. Like, I grew up in the weird little liberal hub of Edmonton. And, like, the art district and shit. So, like, that's been a very weird cultural shift where I'm like, fuck, the world changed. And so the pride flag's always kind of been this, like, yeah, it's for everyone. It's the point. Like, why can't you just love what you love and love who you love and just get along? Why not? Because that's bad for people? Come on. And then I was like, oh, Wakandan flag. Because why the fuck not? Because it's like, there's not I didn't see a Canadian flag in there today. But it's like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm a Canadian mutt, is the thing. I'm like, I got more DNA in me. I did a 23andMe, and it's like, I'm 50-50 split West African and Northern European. And then the splits inside of that, I've got like Native and like Asian somewhere. And like, I am one of the blended, I'm beyond mixed race. Like, I am just a blended race. But I came from my grandpa. Like, my grandfather, and that's where me and my uncle have great heart-to-hearts, is he really loved my grandpa, too. And they got along in the same ways that we do. And it's just, like, long, deep conversation where he just talked to you. And that allowed me a space to vent and realize strengths I had and helped me reinforce different schooling. Because he was incredibly well-read. And with that came, I just got to sit and talk, and he just talked and talked, and I was talking at this weird level of, I never really let anyone else see it because I didn't trust anybody. And then as those trusts grew, other people started seeing it, and I'm now at a point where I'm comfortable saying, it's like, yeah, I am that smart about some shit. I am not a know-it-all, because I'm that smart too. No one knows everything. No one knows how to do everything, and that's my point in combat sports, is it's a problem. It's a puzzle to solve. How do you solve the puzzle? Ali went down. Tyson went down. Everyone's like, Gordon's unstoppable. He's already lost twice to Pena. That was the whole point of this year, was like, does he finally get past Pena? And Pena was gone. But Pena looked really fucking bad, and what Gordon did, I don't think Pena wants that match again. He just out-wrestled Buchecha. Like, I think Pena's got a great counter for what Gordon does, but Gordon's worked that back in chop systems to a... Because he kept trying to beat Pena with legs, if I remember, and the wrestling was just kind of like two big guys bumping heads. But anyway, I come from my grandfather, which is my point, and why I always talk high-level jiu-jitsu, because I love high-level jiu-jitsu, because I play high-level jiu-jitsu. I want to put this up. This was in my grandfather's office, where we used to talk and write and do all the fun shit. And it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for I am the baddest son of a bitch in the valley. I'm a valley kid. PJ knows. That's why I love Spring Valley. It's in the valley. Like, I'm a fucking valley kid. I'm a valley girl, really. But no, it's like, I come from my family. And my family is big, and my family is full of badasses. All of us are badasses. because we had to be, because we walked through the valley of the shadow of death together. That's the bond. That's the, like, it's, when I say I've seen dark things and been through dark things, the people that come to me with like, oh, I did this and this, I'm like, I've seen some shit too, and some shit that no one should see. And that's where I get into, like, my cousin keeps pushing, why don't you be a cop? Why don't you be a firefighter? I'm like, because I don't have that in me anymore. Like, that was taken from me. I probably would have been a great firefighter. I really do think I would have been. From the firefighters I've talked to and the stories I've heard, I don't have that in me. But I'm happy to take the people that go through that and help them through it my way. Because I'm like, I can't do those services. I know that just mentally, and the psychology, like the counseling I've done, everyone's like, there's no way. And I'm like, it sucks because I know how fucking good I'd be at it. But I'm like, how do I help those people? Like, those people that are the same level of just traumatized now from seeing kids rolled into ERs or having to, like, roadside assist scraping bodies off with screaming parents. Like, that's shit that first responders go through that none of us understand. Like, that hurts in a way that you don't know. Because I've had to hear those screams too. It's different. And anyone that's heard it knows it. There's a guttural cry that humans have that you don't know until you know. And that's what changes you. So that's Meet the Coach. But remember, Jiu Jitsu is my happy place. Anyone that sees me around Jiu Jitsu knows I cracked Pedro yesterday, sideline. He was like all angry staring at me, and I was like, how's your day? And he was like, look down, and I'm like, listen your voice? And he's like, yeah. Because he was raspy as hell. He was coaching white belts, and I love the coaching scream voice. It's the best. Great day yesterday by Complete. Danny Boy killed it. He murked that dude. Y'all saw it. And Daniel, Euro-German Daniel, threw his coat in the coaching ring. Welcome to the club, my man. New Complete coach, Daniel May. Oh, he's the best. See y'all tomorrow. Oh.